Hey, everybody, this is Sherry Levon, and you are welcome back to another edition of the Souls Right House Empowerment Center. And we have a wonderful guest for you today, Uganda the Goddess. I'm going to give you more information, but you guys got to stay tuned. The sun shall rise in my life. God is everything to me. Oh yes. This book means so much to me, but this book here is called The Root of My Pain, where I share the story of losing my children. It's also a self-help journal book, so you're able to write in it and write your own feelings down and expressions of how you feel about you losing something in your life right now. So Miss Uganda, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are, and then we got some great information to tell them about your book and your upcoming event in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, my name is Uganda the Goddess. I am an author. I am a radio host, an entrepreneur, and I am a mother and grandmother, which is my greatest job that I love to be.
Look good, girl.
Yes, that's my favorite job of them all. Not really a job, but that's my favorite thing. Like,
yes,
it's being a mother and a grandmother.
And a grandmama. Wow. So this is exciting. So that you say you are an author, but you're also a host. So let everybody know where you're a host at, because you know you're doing some really big things here in Knoxville. We like to support those people that are doing things. So share with everybody the radio station that you're part of and some things that you're doing here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay, so I was on 99.7 FM as a radio personality host, and I actually got the opportunity to do my own radio, which is national, international, and national. So it airs all over millions and millions of people in South Africa, West Africa, Europe, Paris. So I've been so excited about that project, and it's called The Best of Both Worlds, and featuring Uganda the Goddess. And my new shows is about to take a twist since this new Reviving a Good Man Scorn happened. So I'm ready for that twist of The Best of Both Worlds. So.
This is amazing. Now, to all of our authors that are out there, we have the Souls Right House Authors Network. So this is another wonderful platform and an opportunity to connect with a wonderful woman. Matter of fact, I think I want to be interviewed too. I'm like, girl, one day we're going to switch sides. Okay?
I know. I've been doing radio for probably about 9 years now. And been in the media. I've interviewed like different stars from all over, from different walks of life. And I call everybody a star, even individual people that most people would think is not a star, but we all are stars. Like we all are celebrities, and we all have something amazing and great inside of us. So I give it the best of both worlds, is showing the world of famous people as celebrities, but also local individual celebrities that is in our own lane, in our own walks of life.
Talk about reviving a good man scorn. There's a lot of men being hurt out there, and we sometimes focus on women that's hurt. But I'm showing a few pictures of her recent book signing that she had. What is the name of this restaurant that's here in Knoxville, Tennessee, that you're a part of? Because we want more people. We want to highlight them because we want to thank them for what they're doing there. But they brought something a little different to Knoxville.
Yes.
So what's the name of this restaurant?
It's called Ola's Southern Cuisine too. And the chef is Chef Black. And the restaurant, we geared towards seafood, soul food, but we also do a twist of like making a family oriented where you can come and kick back. We have a red carpet that allows you to come and do a red carpet dance, because everybody that walk through our door, like I said, are celebrities. So we treat everybody like that. I feel like when you are going to a place, like eating is like the awakening of the soul.
Yes.
And it puts a smile on your belly and on your heart and all of that. And so to give it even a more twist, we put like take people that they may walk in and not in a good mood, but when they walk out, they feel in such power and such love and laughter and smiles. And I sold out of books.
Oh, wow.
I had a list of people that pre-ordered them at the book signing after I sold out. I was so excited. When the book initially, when I thought of the book, I was going through a friendship / relationship. So a very, like, he was such a great, amazing man, but I recognized his hurt. And we only talk about women hurting. We talk about women are scorned, but that's because women externalize it, but with men they internalize it. And so women take their hurt and they look at it as rejection, or they look at it as they're not wanted by this man, but it's a man that does not know how to express himself externally and is operating out of fear. And so when I realized that, and I tell a lot of women that raising boys showed me that a lot of women made their boys told them, don't cry, get up, man up. They didn't give them a space to hurt and cry it out or hurt and express themselves. And when I told myself I wasn't going to do that with my boys, because I didn't want them to be emotionless creatures.
Right.
Trying to step into relationships and step into society where they're able to understand that it's okay to express how I'm feeling.
Oh, that's good. Now, where did you get the name?
Okay. It really came from God. Let me tell you. I was praying and meditating on this book, and I was asking God like to direct me. And so my king was like, the name A Good Man. And I said, I think men needs to be revived.
Yes.
Because a lot of times they're shut down and they're standoffish. But if we can just get them revived, even like a woman can't save or revive them, but they can revive themselves so that the man can see it's okay to be revived. It's okay to heal. It's okay to express yourself. And so we went through names and went through, and I was like, reviving a good man scorned. And it was birth.
So I do want me a book. That's number one. I gotta get me one. And then number two, there are a lot of men out here that are hurt. And I have found when we did our message here, The Root of My Pain, which is why I get a lot of people to come on with their books.
The crazy part about it is it's kind of like geared towards young adults. And you talk about like guys that are in prison and they get out and they don't know how to function in society. And I tell like guys that are in prison that I speak to and stuff, when you are with, like, prison can only hold your body, but not your mind.
Right. That's good.
And when you tap into who you are within your mind and learn how to love yourself, even in the space that you're in, you will begin to be able to breathe outward. And when men are given a space to breathe outward, they're given the ability to understand the power within themselves. So a couple of the chapters, one, it says, can we talk for just a minute?
Oh, yeah.
And it's talking about you versus you versus the world, and you versus the king or queen that you're trying to breathe life into, or gain the breath of life from them. The other one is called the Queendom. Ooh. And the Queendom is one of my favorite ones because it's telling women to step into their powers as queens, which is their birthrights of royalty. And once you step into that, you give the man the visual insight to be able to step into his king form.
That's right.
And when he steps into his king form, he becomes powerful enough to create, build, and help elevate the kingdom.
Right.
So with the queendom and kingdom, the other one is it's self for me, and it says, "Mrs. Big Stuff, who do you think you are?"
I love it. Yeah, you made radio girl. What?
Yes. And one of my other favorites says, "She is woman, set her free. He is man, let him be." And it's telling women that we need to stop being so in our masculine energy,
Yes.
that we're not allowing men to be their masculine self, that we have to operate more in our feminine energy so that we can balance the love and be able to display the unconditional love that a lot of our men need out in society.
Girl, that is so wonderful, because one of the things I have found in, you waiting on that wonderful man, for all you single ladies out there. For all y'all single ladies, honey, my king done found me. I'm like, whoa, hold up, swole up.
Yes.
It's such empowering. But what happens is sometimes, as you state, there's a lot of women that want to wear the pants and the skirt. And you got a lot of men out here that they really want to be with you, but you outmanning them. And you don't give them room to be your king. That you laying out all the rules and all the this, and then you have a hardened heart. I think that when you start off and you kind of see where a person is, especially men, they've been hurt, they got baby mamas. Sometimes baby mamas are not good baby mamas.
Yes.
Time where you got some great.
That's in my book.
Oh Lord, you got some baby. At some point in your life, you don't like drama, and I feel like at some point in your life, even when you're not with your child's father, you have to have enough common sense to know that if he knows how to pick a good woman, because you got to look at yourself and say, he chose me and I chose him. And when things don't work out, number one, it's not the kid's fault. So quit taking it out on the children, and they can't see their daddy, and you won't child support, and he got a new girlfriend and now he can't come over. And I feel like we got to, when you mess up, you fess up, but we women got to woman up and realize our roles. And if it don't work out with that, your father, the baby's father, and you move on, you want that relationship to end on such a good note that he knows that in picking another woman, you're going to want someone that's going to love your kids.
I chose to, but I like with women, when they still love a man, they hold on and they give that issue. But when you're able to move past it within yourself, you realize that it's not between the child and the father, that your issue is between yourself, and then the issue you have with not being with that person anymore. Right. But you cannot, they say absent fathers, or they say that fathers that are not there, 90% of the time is not that. And I've witnessed that in my sons and my brothers and my king, that it's not about that person not being a good father. It's the drama that comes with trying to be that.
Right.
It's so difficult that you don't understand, you don't know which way or what direction to take. Because a lot of times we as women have to know that we have to heal, and we have to love our children more than we love our emotions.
That's right.
And our emotions get the best of us, and it damages our children. It keeps our children from happiness. It keeps our children from having that dynamic love of a father. Right. And we shouldn't interfere with that. I never, ever interfere with my kids having a relationship with their father. The mothers, the women they got with, they were my baby mother. That's what I called them.
That's right.
We got along, we loved each other, and we raised these kids as a village. And our kids are so powerful and so strong because they saw that the love, they saw the energy of peace. They saw two women getting along for the greater good of children.
Yes.
And to the point, one of the mothers, my daughter's father, of the baby mother, she lived with me. I was in the delivery room when her sister was born.
Oh my goodness.
Because I would rather have been a sense of peace and love for her in a time that she was suffering and going through something difficult than to fight the process of it. But her daughter called me mom, and she calls me baby mother.
That's beautiful, you guys.
And the kids are innocent.
Yes.
And they deserve a place of peace and love, and they deserve to get that love. A lot of us go through life because we didn't have the love of our father or the love of our parents, because our parents didn't know how to love, or they didn't know, because we don't come with a guideline. We don't come with a map as parents, and we make mistakes. But we have to learn that if we operate out of love and we are showering every situation with the effects of love and understanding and unconditional, because all of us are different. We all act different. We all see life different. We all have an ability to like elevate different. Correct. But if we're not given to this world the very things that we came here to pour in this land, then what we gonna, the grave gonna be rich. Yes. And the world is going to be lacking. So yes, we have to be able to accept the love and allow our children to gain the love from different places, and from their fathers, from their mothers, from their stepmothers, from society, so that we'll be more about love and instead of hate and anger and frustration. Because a lot of relationships, we're going in with anger. We're going in with pain. We bring in so much baggage to a new world, a new surface, that we can't even unpack the old stuff.
Girl, that is so good. It's like God is saying today that as we elevate, comes new levels, but new devils. I had an interview earlier with author Will Emmett, and that's what he said: new levels, new devils. And so I tell people all the time, and I'm so honored to have you, because I've been following you a long time. You've been in Knoxville. I remember you was on radio. I remember you've been, but even before the Friday Night Crew came on WJBL on Friday.
Yes.
I remember you being on the show, and I remember many times wanting to connect, but sometimes the connections ain't meant to intentionally make you feel like someone don't want to meet you. It's just sometimes God's timing ain't your time.
Yep. It's always God's time. And I tell people that all the time.
Yeah. And look at you. I'd have been talking to you then and you were still doing great things, but I'm talking to you now and you up here, girl. So I'm like, hey, thank you, Lord, for making me wait. I'm glad.
Yes. So in Atlanta on April the 3rd at 5 p.m. Atlanta.
Okay.
And it's some bookstores in that Black Wall Street, and they have requested my book to be a part of that.
Look at God. So see, for those of y'all that are watching today, it's all about the connections. A lot of times people are afraid to connect. A lot of times people don't want to connect because they're fear of competition, they're fear of lack in their life. But when you're confident in what God has called you to do, then one thing, and that's what's hurting in relationships today, is people worrying about the next person. Said Black Wall Street? You're going to be Black Wall Street?
In Atlanta, they have a Black Wall Street. It's near Stonecrest Mall.
Okay.
And I'm so excited. They reached out to me, and I was so excited about it. And I was thanking God, because I knew the book, when I initially wrote it, I wanted men to understand women and women to understand men.
Right.
And I didn't know that it was going to get as much attention as it have. But I've had so many people reach out to me because, oh my God, I'm about to cry. But they said nobody has ever not writing about reviving a man that is scorned. And they don't talk about men that are scorned. And I said, God told me to shine light on that. And we was told as women to think like a man and act like a lady.
Right.
But we shouldn't have to think like a man. It's tiresome and it's stressful to think like a man. We need to be able to be that woman, think like a woman, and let the man own his position.
That's right. So we definitely want to talk to you. We would love to come on your show to talk about the books behind bars, because we want to elevate.
I would love that. I would truly love that. I've had a lot of my family members that has been behind bars and the effect of prisons. And I often talk about the effect of inmates once they get out into society, because they're not looked at anymore as humans, and they don't get the rights, and they don't know how to effectively live in society. And that is something that touches my heart. I love that.
Hey, well, we want to get your book there. So many people say, well, how can I get my book there? And a lot of times people were sending books through Amazon, and they stopped all that. Connect with all the prisons all across the world, even the women prisons, the youth facilities, and even a special needs prison. I didn't know they had a special needs prison where I had no idea, because my first thing was, well, what did they do, Lord? Like, I was like, what did they do? He's like, whatever they did, we're going to separate them. So they're on a whole nother level. And we would be so honored to work with you to get your book to the annex prison. And the reason why I say the annex prison first is because when they get to the annex prison, they're on their way home. Okay.
Yes.
So that's where they get the work. They at this point, they're being trusted to work outside, because we even had a speaker come from Oak Ridge, and he was in prison, but he was raped in prison. And one of the things that some of these men deal with when they come out is that is a very hard thing to accept. It's hard to talk about.
He never ceased to amaze me, but he always shocks me. And I'm grateful and I'm humble, like, that he uses me. Like, even in his book, it talks about communication, but comprehension and accountability.
Yes.
And we need those things, because we've let society show us that accountability is not important to our growth.
That's right.
And it is. And we have to know, like, growth is inevitable. And a lot of people don't like change.
Yes.
But once you begin to step into each level of who you are, because we are born and we birth newness out of us.
So that you can get in contact with Miss Uganda. If you want to support her, all you have to do is, her information is down at the bottom of the screen to let you know. Reviving Good Men Scorned.
Reviving a Good Man.
A Good Man Scorned. You better know it, girlfriend. And if you want to get a copy of this book, number one, follow her on down to Black Wall Street. Those of you out in Atlanta and everybody listening to the sound of my voice, get on down to Black Wall Street and then demand this book. Okay? And then secondly, those of you out that have loved ones in prison, you have a loved one at the annex, contact us to let us know. You can go on our website, soulsrighthouse.com. Give us information of your loved one that's in a prison. And if your loved one is not at the annex, all you got to do is fill out the form on our website, and we're going to make sure that this book gets to your loved one, male, female, don't matter.
Both of them.
Both of them. You better know it. Again, Uganda, go ahead and let everybody know once again the dates that you're going to be in Atlanta. And then I got down at the bottom of the screen how they can get this book.
Yes, I'll be in Atlanta on Sunday, April the 3rd from 5 to 8 o'clock. I'm so excited. And also my king, which is Dara M. Johnson, will be by my side, because he helped me write this book with impactful words from a man. And it's some good stuff, like from the heart and the mind of a man, that's in this book. Like he gave some men codes that us women need, as well as I gave some women codes that men need. Honey, me and my king on dive in this book. And then I'm interested also in us writing a book together, because coming out of single seasons, a lot of us women, I think it's great to come together with situations like this and come together. That would be awesome.
Yeah, so we'll be getting with you, girl. My king, his name is Andre, and I'm just super excited about what God is doing in our lives. And as we continue to grow, we want to continue to follow people like you and promote books, because we are authors saving souls.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining us. And we will see everybody next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Souls Right House Empowerment Center. And we want to thank our guest, Uganda the Goddess. listings, join our Facebook group to learn how to get that book published. Go to Facebook groups /SWHEC Network.
Going through your pain, oh yes, call on Jesus, call on your friends. When you going through your pain, oh yes, call on Jesus, don't call on your friends. 'Cause troubles in life, nobody said that you wouldn't go through them. I know that it hurts, 'cause when you going through your pain, oh yes, call on Jesus, don't call on your friends.
Hey everybody, I hope that you had as much fun as I did listening to the song messages from God. You know, a lot of times we've been through a lot of pain in our life, and it is time to share our stories. I'm glad that you took the time to get a little bit to know me, as it's not easy, as I am a mother that has buried 2 of my very own children. But yes, I still have 2 sons that are still living, that is healthy, and has brought a lot of joy into my life. One of the things that I'm remembering is that I have to hold on to the memories of my children, but also be a light for those that are losing theirs today. God bless all of you all. If you are someone out there that you've lost a child, just know that you can connect with me at the Souls Right House on Facebook, and you can also contact me directly. We can actually have one-on-one mentoring if necessary. Thank you so much again for tuning in this week for the Souls Right House Empowerment Center, where you were empowered to listen to song messages of God. He gives them to me on a daily basis, and I give them to you. Remember to go visit my YouTube page, which is Souls Right House Empowerment Center. You can keep up with all those song messages of God. And hey, if you know Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, or somebody with a radio show, have them to contact me today, because I have a motivational minute for the world. God bless.
The sun shall rise in my life. God is everything to me. Oh yes, when I buried my kids, it devastated me.